When I started running my channel, I started receiving a lot of requests like, what indicator should I add? What secret I don't know yet? What course should I take? What did you decide to add something and not remove it? I am not sure that everyone makes a lot of mistakes because the information on YouTube is oversaturated with junk. I will show where beginners most often make mistakes, and when you fix it, you will get a trading session with 100% win rate. So before we start to increase our balance, I want to test your knowledge on the example of the simplest basic situation. I am sure you have watched a lot of videos on the strategy. Look, we have a sideways movement on the market. Here we have a horizontal resistance level. Here we have a horizontal support level. Let's now model the situation when the chart will come to one of the levels, to the upper or to the lower. Here we have touched the upper boundary, and now we have three options. We open a trade, let's say for 3-4 Japanese candles. It means that your forecast should be either up or down, or you don't open a trade. Let's just you can pause the video now. I think make a decision what your intuition tells you, your analysis, and see what result we will get in 3-4 Japanese candles. I have already made my decision. A little later I will explain what decision and why, and right now we will see the result. So if we are talking about your trade being made at 4 Japanese candles, did it turn out to be profitable at that point? Ask yourself the question and answer it. But I think most of you probably made this trade on the downside. Yeah, this trade had a good chance that it would close in plus, but I am sure that many of you would be disappointed if your trade would have closed right here far beyond this level. Guys, get acquainted. This situation is called liquidity withdrawal from the level. I think that in this situation also, a lot of people think that now we will definitely start to go. But if we turn on a smarter indicator, we realize that all this is a resistance zone, and after that the chart still moves according to its scenario. In general, perfectly similar situation on the platform on this current pair. I am sure that if we had some kind of chart on making and losing money, this is the point where people would lose the most money simply because they were cheated by the market maker. Today, we are going to trade such situations on the lower time frame. So let's see what will come out of it. Here I will open a trade because we have already essentially manipulated. Yeah, so far we don't have a pronounced sideways movement. We have a level that is formed by this indicator, but in fact it is all a horizontal level from which we will move liquidity, and you'll see what is happening. I think that here also a lot of people have already opened trades on the rise. Someone earned, someone lost, but because of the fact that the movement for a long time was in a downward direction, I think still more people suddenly lost money and the broker made money on it. Well, what can you do? The most important thing is to understand the logic of how the market works, which is exactly what I'm trying to explain to you. And so look at what a good trade we have now. It turns out that this level I wouldn't consider to be so confident, since there were only a couple of touches, but it was still a more confident level. So I advise you to look for good sideways movements with some confirmations, at least 2 touches of tops or minimum values, and then you can find such a manipulation. Whoa friends, perfect example. Look what manipulation is happening here with the horizontal level. So I will open a trade down here. Here's our resistance level, which we sought out successfully, broke through. Well, maybe we really broke through it. We will find out now. but the structure here looks like a squeeze and a breakdown. But I tend to believe that this is a market maker who is manipulating traders. Now they make a wrong action, and we, after the update up to this high, we trade the opposite way down because I expect a return. I don't know if this trade will close in plus or minus, but 6 seconds is a bit risky. So my balance allows me to open a couple more trades for reinsurance. I still expect a decline at least to the same horizontal level. Maybe we will have a retest and further upward movement, or maybe we will be completely back in this sideways movement. This is exactly what I'm talking about. We have a decline, and in fact it all may turn out to be a regular pro trade where we also had liquidity withdrawal, as in the examples I showed you in the beginning. I made a couple more trades and we also get 2 solid pluses here. Let's find something similar. And here, friends, I would not go up because we are trading against a very strong trend. And this, by the way, is one of the very common mistakes of beginners. You see the levels, but do not see the powerful, simply downward trend, which will lead any attempts to trade against this movement only to lose money. So be careful such situations. Better not to take all the same. I would wait for the formation of some clearer sideways movement, similar to something like this. So on the renewal of this high, we have a good opportunity to open on the downside. We can now add the only risk to go even higher to the fact that there is another horizontal level here, which can also be cheated, but let's hope that the pullback will happen here. If anything, I'll be ready to make a few more trades a little bit higher. Well, the trade closes in 5 seconds. Look how confident the reaction is, almost instantaneous after liquidity is removed from the zone. So guys, as far as I remember, we have not closed a single trade in the negative today, which means that we have fulfilled today's goal. In principle, we really got a 100% strategy with a 100% win rate. Of course, this will not always be the case. I have mentioned all the risk in this video, so trade wisely, listen to real proven traders. Thank you all for watching this video. See you soon.